but we're not in the game to take punishment. He was turning this guy all night, and this guy know he didn't win. And was he tough? Actually, very tough and rugged.
Shakur, shut me up.
Real quick, Shakur.
I'm right here. Shut me up. Shut me up. Hello.
For real.
I don't know why.
Just don't cry, bro. Don't cry after.
I don't know why.
Please don't cry.
All right, he'll take it on the chin. He'll be all right.
You gonna cry, man.
Now watch this.
Man,
watch
you got
January
you on the pound
31st.
for pound list, man.
After the fight, I want you to talk everything you've been talking since I've been baby.
Man, I can't wait.
I'm gonna show you.
Man, I wish it was tomorrow, man. I wish it was today, man.
Man, we could. I'm ready right now.
Shut you down.
I'm ready at any given time.
I'm tired of your mouth, bro. I'm tired.
Floyd Mayweather fired back at Teofimo Lopez during the press event, emphasizing that confidence and trash talk don't matter once precision, timing, and discipline take over in the ring.
Everybody think you're the best, man. You never fought nobody.
Senior, do not fall when you get in the ring this
Nobody
time,
like
bro.
my son.
I don't want to see
Nobody
that.
like my son.
Stay on your feet.
Bro, he faster, quicker, smarter.
Gotta have it in control.
More entertaining. More entertaining.
Oh, snap.
Shut up, man.
Bigger.
That double stepping that you do, bro, I got that shit
You're
figured
so
out.
mad.
Teofimo Lopez Sr. then jumped in, projecting total certainty as he claimed it would defeat Shakur and leave him motionless. Similar to what happened to Lomachenko, he spoke with the tone of someone who already believes the result is set, as if the conclusion has been decided long before the fight begins.
I don't think
Pressure's
y'all
on
did
you.
either. I ain't see.
Not on my son.
I ain't see Lomachenko throw no punches.
You
for
never
6
been on a
rounds.
big stage like this.
I didn't see Lomachenko throw punches for
You
6
never been
rounds.
on a big stage like
I
this.
didn't see Lomachenko throw punches.
Because we
for 6
froze him.
rounds. Okay, you gonna see?
We gonna freeze you too.
You better not. You better not throw the towel in.
Come on, man. You out of your mind.
Okay.
My son fought without no
Wanna see?
air. My son fought without no air against Comboses.
You can't fight for
got
your
balls.
son. You can't fight
You
for
gonna
your
tell
son.
me, man? Come on.
You can't fight for your son.
That's when the mood shifted. Shakur didn't fire back with words. He simply smiled and said he would expose Teofimo. That calm confidence hit far harder than any trash talk ever could.
You said in your last fight that you proved you were a dog against William Zepeda. What do you want to prove in this one?
That I'm the best. I want to show the world that I'm the best. After this fight, I want to be considered top 5.
The contrast was obvious immediately. One side relied on loud confidence and bold declarations, while the other projected quiet assurance. It stopped feeling like typical trash talk and began to resemble a clash of philosophies. Pressure versus precision, chaos versus control.
Yourself like this is the one I want him, right? Because I'm sure you at a point where you got options, like you could pick and choose. Yeah, I know. Why? What was it about him that you was like, all right, this is the one? What made you want to?
He's on top of his game, bro. I said to his last fight in front of New York City.
Times Square, yeah.
He fought Arnold Barboza. He was sharp.
He was stacked. What's my boy name that was dead? Said
one of the 5-4 kings, whatever they want to call it. So he on top of his game, bro. So if I see somebody on top of their game, my competitive edge just kick in. It's like, okay, I already visioned right then and there that I want to fight him. Like I want to be in front of him and see how my style do with his style. So it's more so.
Both fighters operate with a high level of self-belief. I tend to see Teofimo as a stronger and more explosive athlete with clear physical advantages. He also shows a deep understanding of boxing and does a good job of reading what's happening in front of him. That said, Shakur appears to be the cleaner, more refined technician. He isn't rigid or mechanical. He's seasoned, controlled, and remarkably composed when he's in the ring.
Too long of a weighted chess match. You know, certain people don't want to see that. They don't want to see pop shots. You know what I mean? They want to see good action. I have yet to see, and I think you could attest with me, I don't think we have seen Shakur face anyone higher than who he's going to face next, and that's of me. So, you know, I
see him as a more mentally developed fighter. He understands his boundaries and doesn't chase danger for no reason. Often, when he's up against stronger competition, the pace can feel methodical, which is why some fans criticize his approach. Against Teofimo, I expect him to remain disciplined, stay patient, and choose caution over recklessness.
Where either he quits on the stool or I knock him out.
You really believe that, because everyone will say, oh man, Shakur is probably one of the best defensive fighters in the game. You really believe you can stop Shakur Stevens?
Fighting cautiously doesn't mean he lacks speed or sharpness. Shakur has a wide range of skills he can rely on to secure a win, just as Teofimo brings plenty of weapons of his own. Realistically, if Teofimo shows up fully prepared and delivers a performance similar to what he displayed against Vasily Lomachenko, he would likely hold the advantage to come out on top.
Teo threw more than 100 punches in the final round to make sure he won that fight.
Yeah, no question. Even in the loss that he had against Kambosos, where he had a puncture, like he had some medical condition.
After all the talk about styles, camps, and chess match strategies, Richardson Hitchens stepped forward with the kind of raw honesty you can't manufacture. He openly said he's known Shakur since they were kids, crashing in gyms, sparring at odd hours, and grinding through training long before the spotlight ever found them.
Really close at a young age. I think we was about 13.
Yeah.
And me and him started off beefing at first, because I was one of the guys that was like, I started boxing a little later than guys like Shakur. I started boxing like 12.
Oh, okay.
Shakur and them guys was boxing like at 5.
That's why his words carry weight. When he says Shakur operates on a different level, it comes from firsthand experience, not blind support. And when Hitchens acknowledges Teofimo's talent while saying he doesn't match Shakur's level as a pure boxer, it isn't meant as disrespect. It's perspective from someone who has trained alongside Shakur and endured his pace.
Competitive though, is close?
Yeah, I think it can be competitive.
Yeah.
Teo is real gifted. Shakur is real defensive. And, I feel like when a fight is super...
I appreciated how Richardson didn't oversimplify things while still giving Teofimo proper credit, calling him both skilled and dangerous. Yet he repeatedly circled back to a central point. Shakur operates on a different level. When he brought up Teofimo's comment that Shakur isn't used to him, you could almost see Richardson smiling as if to say, we'll see. Familiarity goes both ways. What really stood out was Hitchens highlighting that being overly defensive can backfire, but he quickly clarified that Shakur isn't merely defensive. He's a master problem solver, a crucial distinction many miss. His confidence wasn't flashy or loud. It was calm, almost attached, like he already has a clear picture of how this fight will unfold.
It can play against you, but Shakur's a high-level boxer, and Teo ain't on Shakur level. Teo know that, and like I told Teo when I see him, I said it's different. He told me that me and Shakur is used to each other. That's why I feel like it's different. He said Shakur not used to him. So in 2 weeks, we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Teo is a 3.5.
Teo, if you were supposed to somehow win, fight me.
When Richardson said it's different, it wasn't meant as trash talk. It was a caution. The kind of caution fighters give when they understand what happens once the bell rings and instincts take over. Even when he joked about facing Teofimo himself, you could sense the underlying certainty, as if an upset would be nearly impossible. This fight isn't about hype or wishful thinking. It's about showing up with skill at the right moment. Hitchens didn't create drama. He laid out the reality. And the reality is that Teofimo must perform flawlessly for 12 rounds, while Shakur only has to be himself. Anyone who's spent enough time in boxing knows which of those is truly harder.
Shakur, we'll see, man. Teofimo's a tremendous fighter at the end of the day. I got to give ultimate respect to him because he is one of the most decorated young fighters in the sport today. And it's not going to be an easy task for Shakur, but I just feel like Shakur, when it comes to boxing...
Right after Richardson broke down the skill gap only noticeable to those who grew up in the sport, Gary Russell Jr. stepped in. He sounded like someone who's weathered both extremes and isn't easily impressed by flashy displays. Gary put it bluntly, brains over athleticism. And that matters. It isn't a slight against Teofimo, it's a warning. He's essentially saying, yes, Teofimo is explosive, talented, and dangerous, but sudden bursts of power don't intimidate fighters who understand angles. At the same time, Gary didn't make excuses for Shakur. He pointed out that this fight could get messy if Teofimo applies controlled chaos. That phrase is key. He wasn't referring to reckless swings, but a calculated pressure, attacking first, closing distance, and forcing the judges to pay attention. When he brought up Lomachenko, it wasn't nostalgia, it was a blueprint, showing that even a master can be disrupted if Teofimo attacks in bursts rather than just posing.
Gordo, when he fought Lomachenko, if he fights Shakur the way that he fought Lomachenko, that would somewhat poke holes in Shakur's game as far as allowing him to dictate the ring, dictate the revenue of the ring. You know, he'd have to mash the gas, like I say, in spurts. Put Shakur in the defensive, make him want to be defensive, make him question when he punches. And another thing, he has the ability to...
I agree with him. Shakur doesn't thrive in long, physical brawls. He looks for clean reads, resets, and space. Gary pointed out that if Teofimo can force Shakur back and make him defensive instead of active, the whole dynamic shifts. Because boxing, whether we like it or not, often comes down to perception. But he also flipped it, noting that if Teofimo hangs back, bides his time, and fights smart, Shakur can turn into a long, frustrating battle that feels like 12 rounds of unanswered shots. What really stood out was Gary emphasizing that Teofimo can hurt Shakur, but the reverse isn't as likely, completely changing the risk calculation. Yet he still leaned toward Shakur, because intelligence tends to endure longer than bursts of power. This wasn't indecision. It was a layered truth. Gary's point was clear. This fight isn't simply about who is better, but about who stays true to themselves under pressure. Intelligence prevails if chaos is controlled, and chaos wins if intelligence gets trapped. That's why this fight is so unpredictable. It all hinges on the circumstances.